Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. And I have a question for you all today. When was the last time that you bought yourself some XRP? When was the last time that you added to your crypto stash? Also guys, if you enjoy these videos and it's not the first one that you've ever watched, make sure you subscribe to the channel. You can always unsubscribe, but I think it's worth it to have the notifications every time some important news comes out. Now, let's start off with a tweet though, not necessarily news, but something to kind of think about. This guy, Sal M, says, "My weekly XRP buy happened right before the pump, and I'll be DCAing all the way up to $100 per coin." And for all of you saying, "Oh, you should have bought way sooner," let me tell you, I was buying XRP at that time too. Now, I have two things to say about that one. First, his story is a little bit braggy, not really too happy with all of that, but the point is quite clear and pretty solid, which is time in the markets is more important than timing the markets, and the weekly session of buying is something a lot of pros that I know use. I personally do it to some degree as well, where I buy a very small amount of crypto every single day automatically because that's just what keeps me going. As you guys probably know by now, I have a lot of different ways that we get income. I've, for example, explained to you guys how the whole Instagram thing works. That's my kind of main job. It's kind of shifted, but let's call that my main job. The thing is, though, you get paid by that every single day. And so I just take a portion of that and put it into crypto every single day so that I never care about what the price is. I just buy. And for all of you guys wondering, I basically buy in proportion to my portfolio. I don't do any strange calculations, or I just buy XRP. Why? Well, because again, you gotta kind of make a risk to reward for yourself, and XRP is really high up on my list of coins that I think are extremely worth it. So yeah, DCAing that part, I just buy my way down, buy my way up. I don't really care. If I'm going strategy wise and I put more money into it, then what I basically do is I look for good points, like I explained on Patreon a couple of times before, but the majority of times is just an automatic type of thing because I just want to have these coins. I don't really care what the price is at. I know eventually it'll be worth more. All right. Swift Go, which we talked about yesterday, is just a marginal improvement on top of an outdated and obsolete infrastructure. Just exchange of data with unidirectional messaging when Ripple offers exchange of value. The Nostro Vostro and pre-funded liquidity model is bad for the world economy and must end. And here it says Swift GPI is like putting a Ferrari shell on a Model T engine. It's a cosmetic upgrade on old infrastructure. Messaging is still not tied to settlement. It's unidirectional and can't solve for liquidity. And that's a reply to the earlier statement of Swift saying they were really happy to launch Swift Go. By leveraging XRP, Ripple introduces a new payment settlement model that unlocks the trapped liquidity around the world, measured in trillions of dollars, offers instant settlement, exchange of value, and not just data, and cuts the unnecessary middleman. So, as I said before, with Swift Go, it's not testing for Ripple. They're completely different systems. It's not anything along those lines, most likely. However, it is pretty solid to know that Ripple is still quite a couple of steps ahead, though, with whatever they're doing. Then, Brent Garley has been letting go of a couple of tweets. I just wanted to quickly show them to you guys. First of all, 21 hours ago, he said, "I'm encouraged by this morning's Senate banking hearing that members of Congress are looking to understand the nuances within crypto. A far cry from just a few years ago when some thought crypto is just a fad or mostly for criminals." And a fun fact here is that the majority of senators and whatever that we see are actually still quite negative on crypto. So I'm not exactly sure about that. One of you guys showed me that the World Economic Forum was talking about XRP. Now, I couldn't actually find it myself. They basically do mention it somewhere throughout. They mentioned Ripple, yet oh, my phone started doing something crazy. But they don't really say anything too specifically about it. They basically just mention it as Bitcoin, Ether, and XRP. Here you can see. But basically some of the guys said, yeah, they were basically crediting Ripple for XRP's speed, or basically just XRP Ledger for its speed and usefulness in that sense. Couldn't really find it. Then again, that's a banking perspective, right? It's not an official government/Senate banking decision. And I would say the Fed and all those institutions are kind of locking in and coming closer and closer and closer to a proper understanding, yet they're really far away still. Otherwise, this Ripple v. SEC lawsuit wouldn't be here, and all this questioning about DM and stuff like that wouldn't be here either. So, it's a 50-50, guys. Like any tech or currency, crypto and blockchain can be used for good or bad. To discount the real use cases for billions globally, cross-border / micropayments and tokenization, instant settlement, transparency, to name a few, because the actions of a few is short-sighted. As Senator Warren has recognized, she's also debatably good and bad, our current banking and payment system need improvement. Crypto and blockchain were originally created to provide access to those who have consistently been left out, and many companies are using this tech for precisely that purpose. Yeah, I mean, I can't really say anything negative about that, right? He's very correct. And of course, hugely excited about our newest audio corridor. Japan is one of our largest markets. With regulatory clarity and innovative partners like SBI, the region is ready for a crypto-enabled future. And again, remember that Japan has already properly regulated XRP, and so this, most likely for the US SEC, is a big middle finger to the face, like a big to the motherfreaking face, because think about it. The SEC now has to explain that even through this corridor here, things in the United States are not doing proper. What I mean with that is that XRP has been properly regulated over in Japan, has literal use case in Japan that's been confirmed and just agreed upon and everything like that. But then the United States is like, oh no, we don't recognize that as use case. We don't think it's good. It's going to be a little bit of an uphill battle as more and more corridors also get closed here. And I'm just kind of thinking about that, or I should say opened rather. I meant closed as in the deal is closed, but open as in the corridor is opened. It's going to be a difficult battle for the SEC, but then again, it's always been a difficult battle for them, right? All right, let's quickly see. We talked about the Fed. Let's actually quickly see. Fed react September 10th. Well, whatever, man. Let's quickly close this article. Visa CFO believes that crypto fever is starting to cool off. I'm not exactly sure, but according to Vasant Prabhu, digital assets transactions using Visa have started to decline after peaking in April and May. And so this is again like stating the freaking obvious. Crypto fever is starting to cool off. Oh my days. Crypto prices went down. How difficult can it get? Crypto prices go down, people's interest goes down. Yeah. However, prices go back up, people's interest goes back up. Same thing for literally everything. So I'm not exactly sure what you're supposed to do with this little opinion, or whatever you want to call it here, this little statement, this little observation. But yeah, it's like it's like stating the freaking obvious, man. Oh yeah, no. All right, Ethereum co-founder doesn't want Elon Musk to treat crypto as a joke. Ethereum co-founder Anthony DeLorio believes that influential individuals should be focused on educating the masses about crypto instead of trying to be funny. It's a 50-50 here once more, guys. I think every billionaire, every really influential person can do whatever the frick he wants. If Elon Musk wants to troll it, it's in his own damn right, all right? This man has hundreds of billions of dollars. He's made other people hundreds of billions of dollars richer. If he wants to meme something, he's still a human being. He's still a person. He can do that. He might be influential, yes, but he is basically bringing more adoption of crypto than the majority of these other guys. You might say, oh, Anthony DeLorio, a developer. He basically worked on Ethereum co-founder. Oh, yes, but how much from his own marketing perspectives, right? Did he do for crypto in that sense? He built one of the most important crypto out there, 100%. But in terms of real marketing, who did more? Well, it's a difficult one to actually measure because if Ethereum hadn't been there, things would have been different. I'm just talking about now that Ethereum is here, which person is working on it more in a kind of a better way. Even though Elon Musk is mostly memeing and just making jokes about it, he's not making cryptocurrency into a joke. I think he's kind of cooling it down, showing potentially the regulators that it's not just this harsh of an environment, also easing people up towards it though with a kind of an easy entry barrier. And that might also, in some strange fashion, have to do with the fact that his team most likely consists of quite a lot of people because he's a multi-centile billionaire, that they most likely have a plan to get wider crypto adoption through this method. I'm just thinking. We don't know if Elon Musk ever posts something on his Twitter himself. We don't really know exactly how that stuff works. You almost always bet that whatever happens there is pre-approved by people because the SEC is watching him, other parties are watching him. Every single tweet that he makes is extremely important because it's going to be seen by millions and millions of people. If he says one crazy thing, it's going to be on the news, and so obviously you have an image to keep, right? You can say, oh, he doesn't care. He most likely does. He most likely still does. And every action has a most likely plan next to it. And I think with the crypto memes too, there most likely is some deeper thought, either lowering the barriers, giving crypto more adoption, or something along those lines. I don't believe it's just memes for the memes of it. But then again, it is Elon Musk. It could definitely be so that he's just memeing around for fun because he's rich anyway. He doesn't really care. Then again, he doesn't want to make crypto a joke himself because he's quite a big holder. He told us, right? He has most Tesla, then SpaceX, and then Bitcoin or / crypto, I should say. So him memeing it to the ground would be kind of bad, right? I don't know. Even a billionaire like that wouldn't just waste his money. By the way, guys, make sure you check out Bybit. A link is down below. The competition is officially over in a couple of hours, but there's a $1,610 bonus for depositing right now, so you might want to check it out. It might be really worth it. Wolf of Wall Street Jordan Belfort says massive regulation of crypto would lead to mainstream adoption and let Bitcoin and Ethereum soar. I'm today really on fire with the 50-50s, but that is again another one of those. Why? Well, logically speaking, a huge amount of regulation is good for one side of the parts, right? Which is the part of people that need the regulatory clarity to actually invest, like big institutions. That again, Bitcoin's purpose, Ethereum, partially the purpose and all of that, is also to kind of stray away from the normal system. So actual core crypto adopters, a lot of them don't like these institutions getting in because there's going to be more manipulation, there's going to be more fraud, more uncertainty, more just scary stuff when the big players come in. It's not the other way around. Now that there's not a lot of regulation, yes, there's most likely more easy money laundering. But the better regulations are, the bigger players get in, the more money laundering is going to be there. Why? Because it's just going to be transferred from the small players to the big players to some really, really big scale. And in the end of things, you can never really deny regulation. You can only survive without it for so long. But I don't know if crypto would necessarily soar straight at the bat. Eventually, yes, because way more parties would come in, but the amount of manipulation would be so severe and the purpose would kind of diminish to some degree as well if the regulations were to the fullest. So I'm just happy with whatever happens, man. I'll take every single road and roadblock and everything. It's just the way it goes. I'm enjoying every single part of it, and hopefully you guys enjoy it too. Guys, if you did enjoy it, make sure you press the like. Mosquito. I see a mosquito. I'm going to kill him. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe. Make sure you also, as I just said already, partially, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy these updates. And see you guys again in another one pretty soon.